What's up? I'm Sorik. This is Sorik Kazemi. I'm trying out shorter readings because 1 hour videos, I love them, but they're too much for me. So we're trying a new tactic. I'm gonna do a spread called The Heroine's Journey from the Wild Unknown Oracle Deck Guidebook by Kim Krans. I'm using a different Kim Krans deck. This is the Alchemy deck, Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, but yeah, we're gonna use the spread from the other guidebook, but we're gonna use the cards from this because I think that'll be fun. Okay, so got these pulled. The basic structure of this reading: call, threshold, ordeal, boon, homecoming. I will put up a picture maybe so y'all can see the spread and its definition. But this message might be for you if you have been kind of feeling like you're in a lone wolf energy, let's say. Not too surprising to be feeling in a lone wolf energy in general right now. We have a lot of planets. If you're watching this when I upload it, we have a lot of planets in Aries right now. Mars literally just entered Aries earlier today. Saturn and Neptune have been hanging out there. The sun has been passing through there. Chiron's been hanging out there for a few years. And Mercury's about to join by in the next 5 or so days. So we've got a big pile up of planets in Aries. And Aries can definitely signify this sort of lone wolf energy, because Aries is, you know, the first sign of the zodiac. It is a fire sign ruled by Mars, and it is cardinal. So it wants to start things. All Aries wants is to get the ball rolling. It wants to start a project here, start a project there, start a project there. So many ideas. And Aries will start them. It will start the process, but the problem is, can you follow through on the things that you start? Or are you going to get distracted, start too many things, spread your energy out too much, and then not be able to follow through, not be able to actually complete projects? This is the problem with Aries energy. And the card for your call, Antimony, it suggests a wildness to you, a fierceness, an honesty. Maybe you're the kind of person who is not afraid to say the unpopular thing in a room. Maybe you feel kind of like the odd one out in your family environment, where you don't believe the same things that everyone else around you believes, and even though it makes you unpopular, you continue to hold by your beliefs. You're extroverted in the sense that you are willing to engage with other people. Wolves are social creatures. They travel in packs. The lone wolf might be an archetype, but in reality, wolves, they stick with their families, is the whole thing. So you might have this like dichotomy within you between like wanting to be like part of the pack, wanting to be working towards the good of the group and wanting to protect everyone, but at the same time you might disagree with the values that the rest of your group holds. And you want them to change their view. Because the next card coming up, which I said was for call threshold, the threshold card. You got speculum, glass. And this card is all about perspectives. Because what does glass do? You know, glass is something hard that creates a barrier between two things, but it still leaves your view clear. But the thing with glass is it might appear that you are seeing things as they are, but you don't know. The glass might be warping things in certain ways. I mean, like, that's how eyeglasses work, you know, like just glasses that people wear to correct their vision, is that the glass is shaped in a particular way to counteract the way in which the person's eyeball is shaped that is making their vision not 20/20, you know? But in this case, pulling back, I would say glass here is giving me the vibe that what stands in the way of you being able to fulfill this role of both like being the truth teller but also being a protector of the group and not quite understanding how to combine those two things. Maybe they feel really at odds to you. Ordeal being glass suggests that a change in perspective is the thing that is holding you back. And I know that that can suck to hear. I don't like hearing that personally. It's like, oh, you mean me and my point of view and my mindset are the things standing in my way? Like, that's really annoying to hear. But sometimes we are causing more of our own problems than we realize. And that is the energy that I'm getting from this, is so the ordeal card here, this is the Flos Sapientum, the red and white rose card. This card is all about the union between the material and the immaterial, between the tangible and the divine, between the earthly and the heavenly. So reading these three cards together, maybe what's happening is that you have been struggling with your body, because this card has a lot to do with sort of like you see the way that the red of the serpent and the white of the rose, they're not like mixing together to make pink, because if you mix red and white paint, they will make pink. But in this case, the red and white are staying separate. They are both separately vibrant. And this separateness is the key to them both enhancing each other. So in this case, I guess something about your body being not as strong as you wish it was. Like, maybe you want to be more of this protector type, or maybe you feel like if you were stronger, people would listen to you more. You might be someone who is disabled or who has been sick a lot. Maybe you have had difficulties doing your own, like, taking care of yourself the way you would want to, or working the amount that you want, or being able to maintain your house the way you like, or you haven't been able to give to your relationships in the way that you like. So maybe this antimony card is talking about that sort of like that feeling of isolation. Maybe that's why I was picking up the lone wolf energy, is that you want to be someone who cares more for other people and gives more care to other people, but maybe you feel like the conditions of your body have been limiting you. The conditions of your body have been preventing you from being able to be this like strong, fierce, protective force. And that's interesting because with this, the boon card, you have Xanthosis, which is yellowing. And this is a card about the keywords are like changing, age, transitions. So having this as your boon, I mean, if you can notice, the little snake head here has kind of like a skull image in it. But having it in the position of your boon, which is like your reward that you get from going on this journey, because we're going on like, this is like your current story arc kind of vibe. And so the boon that you have from dealing with this mess of like dealing with the body versus the spirit and what you want versus what you're capable of, and trying to believe in one thing while other people around you don't maybe like respect or acknowledge or validate those beliefs, having to maintain that separateness, having to maybe experience this separation because of your body things, you know, like being disabled can be very isolating because it can limit what you do a lot. Like, you know, a lot of people have suffered from the big virus that has been going around for the past 6 years and is still going around. By the way, I still mask when I go out in public and test before I hang out with people unmasked. I recommend we all do too, because cases are going up right now. There's a new variant. But, and so I was going to mention, maybe you have long that virus post-condition. A lot of people have been disabled by that virus. A lot of people may be disabled from various things. We have various wars and genocides going on in the world. Wars and genocides are mass disabling events. They starve people, they create famine, they create suffering, they create pain. So this could be a thing where you have been suffering pain related to any of these many things that are going on in the world. And you have this difficulty between, how do I maintain a strength of spirit when the body is suffering? And the gift that you get from this is an acceptance of change, an acceptance of transitions. And this is very powerful. This Xanthosis card, this yellowing, is a very powerful card in the current zeitgeist. Because if there's one thing that white supremacy is definitely afraid of, and white supremacy is, you know, one of the high level things that we are all collectively fighting against, if, you know, in the global majority. But the gift of yellowing is that white supremacy is so afraid of death and transitions and aging. That's why capitalism tries to like maintain this like endless glut of growth and excess. And that's why you'll see billionaires and very rich people trying so hard to find cures for aging, reversing aging, because they are terrified of death. Because death is a final consequence that none of us can escape from, but they, in their hubris, wish that they could escape from it, as they do many other things and destroy the earth in their hubris right now. But not you, person listening to this. No, not you. Maybe you already know all of this, person watching this, because you have this gift of Xanthosis, of yellowing, of change. You are here to fight against this symptom of cultural sickness, of global sickness, of this thing that fears aging and ending and death and transitions. Things need to die. Empires need to die. And people with this gift are important for ushering in this end of change. You know, maybe you, in your physical pains, whatever they might have been, in your agony that you have been suffering, as you have been trying to reconcile the difference, the gulf maybe, between what your spirit is capable of and what your body is capable of what your spirit desires and what your body can embody, can live out. As you face this gulf, you have this gift of change and of transition. And I think your homecoming card, interesting, you have calcinatio, calcination. This is about the alchemical operation of fire. And so the alchemical operation of fire in this case, how do I describe it? I guess in the context of this reading, I would give the vibe of trial by fire, of purification by fire. And so what this might be is that you might be coming out of a state where maybe you were very focused on your body. Maybe you were focused in your isolation on getting things to a better place with your mind or your body, or both of them together. Maybe you were figuring out how to reconcile all of this inside you, how to change your own worldview, how to change your view on yourself, how to change your view of other people, how to change other people's view of the world, how to change other people's view of death, of change, of transition. And your homecoming card suggests that there's going to be, again, this is so Aries season coded, there's going to be a reawakening of fire. I'm getting the vibe that you have been going through trial by fire, that you have been being put through the ringer, probably, and that now you're coming out of that. You have been reduced to ash, perhaps. You have encountered death and change and transition, and you, from those ashes, from having to regrow yourself over and over again, the snake over here being red, the color of blood, you know, maybe representing the body in this case, while the white rose represents the spirit. Snakes have the ability to shed their skin and renew themselves. So I'm really feeling the vibe of like Aries season, and maybe like wider like spring, summer, if you are in the northern hemisphere season, is like you coming back to life. You know, it is taking the heat of Aries, the burning embers of everything that is happening, the wild tensions that are present in our world around us. We are taking all of those things and we are using them to burn down whatever doesn't need to exist in our lives. The blood rises up beneath your skin. You can feel it pumping. You can feel it in your veins. Something in you is ready to awaken from hibernation. You have been slumbering. You've been resting under the water. But now, you hear a knocking at the glass, a tap, tap, tap. The birds are chirping in the morning. Incense is lit. It is time to call in a new perspective, a new point of view. You can only have what you desire if you are willing to change the way you look at yourself. You can only have what you desire if you are able to take from the muck and the mess and pain and the torment that you've suffered through. If you can take those ashes and start an even bigger fire with them, that's the key, baby. Huh. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, I mean, okay, first of all, 2 snakes. So let's double that message of snakes. We've got wolf, we've got snake, we've got birds. And we've got trees, we've got water, and we've got snow. Any of these physical elements might be relevant to you. You might see omens in the form of these elements. Also rose. Yeah, okay. I think that is all the message I have for you today. I hope this gave you a little fire, because I guess that's what we're kindling here during Aries season. Mars and Aries. Shout out to all the Aries. Okay. Thanks for listening. If you want to book a personal reading with me, there will be a link in the description below to my website, probably, that'll tell you how to do that. Yeah, leave a like if you liked it, leave a comment if you want to comment, and subscribe if you want more of these. Okay, bye!